It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting they continues the streak in this game.
On 1st and 10, Love. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Josh Allen in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Now a second down throw for Love here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. On third down, Love. And that will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. He spins free. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
To be considered for the MVP award in the NFL, it's got to be a season of not just consistency, but spectacular consistency. And he's had it all the way through.
I think you're right. He's been as consistent, more consistent probably than anybody else as the numbers bear out. The social media chatter for the MVP races certainly start to ramp up. I know you and I have felt that.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Right now, he's in the pole position as we head down the stretch.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 19 carries, 126 yards, and a trip to the end zone as well. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll buy some time right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The end result, 21 yards. A solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Joe Mixon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? What he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0.
Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here.
The 30-yard line.
The numbers for Jones last week, 17 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play, and I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams, because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
Love from the gun on third down, and he gets it to Funchess complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers.
Complete to Devin Funchess.
Devin Funchess, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Pettis on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
Now a pass pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Green Bay.
So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now give that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Dante Pettis on the return. The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
A gain of 9 brings up.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
The end of the first quarter with the score Packers 14, Seahawks 7.
On 2nd down now, Mixon, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Well, for the Seahawks and Packers, the 2 winningest teams in the NFC during the decade that just wrapped up. And during that decade, Seattle 2 Super Bowl wins. The Packers had 1. And these 2, of course, they met in the playoffs a season ago as well. And it was the Packers behind 2 touchdowns each from Devontae Adams and Aaron Jones, who beat the Seahawks 28-23. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
4 more yards.
That one goes for 24 yards.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The pass. A fumble.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
14.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score...
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Josh Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
He was the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Love going to give this one to Jones. They find some open field here. Dashing through the snow. He's at the 30, the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
On the carry.
A big run there by Jones. 78 yards. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Love, this is 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now Giorgio Tavecchio for the field goal try. And from the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Seahawks 10.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
There defensively.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there.
The handoff.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be caught. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 55 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Lutz with the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
2nd down. Love. Funches with a catch over the middle. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think, a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
1st down, Love to pass. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. Lamar Jackson, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Josh Allen, excellent in the W, as his guys get victory number 12 on the year. And lastly, on Monday Night Football, this will be one to tune in for, as they've got a good one lined up between the San Francisco 49ers and what equates to be a very tough opponent. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Not too many breaks ahead, according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Fielded in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Seahawks take over first and 10.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball. I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. Nifty footwork at the 45. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
Intercepted by the Packers.
There was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 25.
They'll go again to Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. That's
complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action. Love to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken around the 12. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now a throw here to his running back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. Throw complete to Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
3rd quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. This is Mixon. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now here's Michael Dixon, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
At the 20-yard line.
Love from the gun. Now a short one to Gesicki, and he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
A gain of 11.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
1st down, going to the air with Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A 2nd down throw for Love. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Love. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big 1st down to get away from the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
4 brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw here. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. They've got his man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. One heck of a third down conversion, 33 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 16 yards, a first down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in the game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well. How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch. Looks good on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, currently sitting in the number 2 spot. But remember, that no longer means a bye into the divisional round.
No, partner, you're right. They made that change for the 2020 season, so being in the number 1 spot is the ultimate deal. Used to be the top 2. Got those opening weekend buys. Now it's just number 1. But still, a lot at stake, as you mentioned. They could end up with 2, possibly 3 home games if things shake out correctly and they continue to win in the playoffs.
Love now to pass on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
49-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Slant to Adams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now Jones. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Aaron Jones, the ball carrier. Jamal Adams there on the tackle.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Love. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On 4th down, Love. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Again, it's Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. A pair of 1st downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Mixon. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Looking to throw. And this one is incomplete.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a 1st here on 3rd down. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable but do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense, but that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
And the lead is up to 14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. So here's Love and the Packers. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 30 seconds remaining. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Love's pass complete to Aaron Jones. It's a gain of a yard.
One last shot now for Love. He's going to let... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a loss that could hurt come playoff seeding time as they fall to 11.